Hi folks, welcome to SigNoz Launch Week 2.0. My name is Pandey and I'm a platform engineer at SigNoz. Today I'll be talking about a feature called Ingest Guard. Ingest Guard broadly helps you with two things. It helps you securely send your data to SigNoz, and it also helps you control or limit the amount of data you want to send to SigNoz. While we were building out Ingest Guard, we just didn't want it to be another mundane security feature wherein we give you a bunch of authentication keys which you can configure in your system. We wanted to solve the cost aspect of observability as well. A common problem faced by platform teams is, how do I limit or control the amount of observability data I'm ingesting? And that's what we've solved with the ingest card. Let's see the feature in action. I have SigNoz open in front of me. I'm at the services page. I'm going to navigate to the ingest card features, go to settings on the side nav, and then click on ingestion settings. And you'll arrive at the ingest card feature. When you sign up on SigNoz Cloud, we create an ingestion key for you, and that's called the default ingestion key. Now let's try to create an ingestion key of our own. Let's try to give it a nice name. I'm going to name it microservice B, signifying that this key is going to be used by microservice B for ingesting data. You have a couple of options to come up with a scalable ingestion key naming convention. Some people do it by microservices. Some people do it by teams. For example, keys for team A, team B, team C. Or some people do it by environment. For example, a key for staging, a key for production. A couple of options there to choose from. Next, select an expiry. Now you notice that expiry is a mandatory option here, and that's by design. We wanted you to think about expiry of keys while creating the keys. Long-lived credentials in the system usually tends out to be a huge problem, and we want to avoid that with ingestion keys. Think of this as shifting left with security. You're thinking about security while creating keys. For the purposes of the demo, I'm going to give a very short expiration, let's say 16th. Then I'm going to give it tags. Now use tags to classify your keys. One common example would be to say put a tag for environment, or say to put a tag for owner. Let's say Pandey. And then click on create new ingestion key. And that's it. Your ingestion key is created. You can copy your ingestion key and then use it across your system to start sending observability data. We covered the security aspect of it. You can create multiple keys here and configure it in your system to securely send data. Let's now talk about the cost control aspect. If you click on the drop down of the key, you'll notice a section dedicated to limits. Now, this is where the cost control aspect comes in. You can choose to limit your key by logs, traces, or metrics. Basically, all of the signals that are supported by SigNoz. When you create a key, by default, there are no limits. So it's an infinite ingestion key. Now, let me try to create a limit for logs. As you can see, you get an option for setting daily limits or a per second limit. So at each stage of the ingest guard feature, we are giving you more and more finer control to configure. The thought process behind having a daily and second limit is simple. Use second limit when you want to handle bursty traffic which is maybe not under your control, or you know that, okay, during my day, this is a time where traffic spikes up. Use daily limits to cost control. For example, you know that microservice B, in my case, ingests 10 GBs of logs a day. So you can put down 10 GBs as the daily limit. Let me quickly put that down as well, 10 GB and maybe 5 GB here. and then click on save. Voila. And this is instantaneous. So the moment you click on save, the limiter has kicked in and your ingestion key is now actively blocking or controlling your ingestion. You can notice that you will get real-time feedback here as well, as this meter will start to fill up f- as soon as you start reaching your limit. So this is a nice way to understand how much of your limit are you actually using, right? You can then go and edit your limits as well. For example, I'm not happy with the 10 GB limit that I set, and I now want to set it to 100. Let me click on save. And remember, this is instantaneous as well. So your limits have been amended instantaneously for you. This can be helpful in cases wherein you're dropping observability data which you really don't want to drop. So you can come on this page and quickly amend your limits in order to allow data to start coming in. You can also delete your limits. So click on the delete icon here, and the limit, as always, is instantaneous. And now this has become an infinite ingestion key again. As I demonstrated for logs, you can do the same for traces and metrics as well. The same logic applies as we just saw for logs. With respect to the ingestion key, you can come and edit the ingestion key as well. You can amend the expiry if you want. This can be useful in those edge cases wherein you forgot to rotate your ingestion key, right? And your data has suddenly started dropping. So you can come and extend the expiry so that the data starts coming back up. And then just click on update ingestion key. So this was a brief overview of the Ingest Guard feature we built out. The future for this feature uh, right now will go in a couple of directions. We are thinking of introducing alerts based on ingestion keys. So when you hit a limit for a key for a particular signal, for example, let's say you hit your daily limit for logs, we want to alert you proactively so that you can take or untake necessary actions to remediate the same. The second enhancement we are thinking of is introducing even more finer controls here. So as you see, we have daily and per second limit, but would a monthly, yearly limit be helpful? We're going to let you decide and get back to us with your feedback. Do reach out to us on SigNoz community or reach out to us via email and share your feedback about this feature.